Hi everyone, Aiden here with eTrailer. Today we're taking a look at the RockyMounts MonoRail 2 bike rack on our 2019 Audi SQ5. Now with this bike rack, it's going to be a platform style rack, which means we hold the bike in these trays, and this one holds it primarily by our front tire. We also have a wheel strap in the back, but this is what's going to primarily keep our bike upright and still. It's going to get a pretty good hold on the bike too, keeps it in that cradle down in front, which kind of binds up that front wheel and keeps it from turning. It doesn't make any frame contact, so it's good for carbon frame and alternative frame bikes. And with a 60-pound weight capacity per bike, it's going to be good for e-bikes too. With this, we do have the option to tilt away with the bikes loaded. There's a blue handle at the bottom underneath the rack here that we can pull and lower the rack down. And from there, we can gain access to the back of our vehicle. Again, without having to unload the bikes. So this is great if we need to get something out of the back, or if you just want a place to sit, maybe change your shoes before or after your ride. There is a good amount of room here to do that. I'll go ahead and close this up and lift the bike rack back into place. When you do lift it, you'll hear it click in, letting us know it's locked and safe to drive. Right there, nice and audible so you know it's locked. And then from here, we can get the bike unloaded. The wheel straps first, pressing in on that blue button and pulling out the ratcheting strap. And then for the wheel hook, just squeeze it, push up and out. Every touch point on here is color coded with blue so it stands out and you know exactly where it needs to be. So maybe if you are loading up your bike rack when it's dark out, it's a little easier to see those points, which for me is a nice touch. Not totally necessary, but I think it gives it a cool look and does have some function. The back cradle does pivot to accommodate for different wheelbases. And we can fold up this front hook just like this. And I like to keep it behind that cradle, just kind of locked in, looks a bit cleaner. From here we can check out some measurements. First one is going to be ground clearance. At the back end, lowest point, it's going to be about 23 inches, which is pretty good. Pretty high up with that good rise in the shank. I don't think we'll have to worry about that. Our distance added to the back comes in at 31 inches. Not the best, not the worst. It's pretty much in the middle of the pack for most of the bike racks we've looked at today. We can save some space if bikes are unloaded. We can fold this up. That way we can leave it in our hitch between rides, and it'll take up less room. This way, it's only adding 12 inches to the back. So it's a lot easier to pull into a parking spot or maybe even your garage at home depending on the room you have. With it like this, you do have good visibility of your license plate here. It's not totally blocked, but it does kind of block your backup camera. I imagine you'll still be able to see some stuff through here, but it's going to be pretty obstructed, so just keep that in mind. Near the bottom here, we've got a lock and a tab here where our included cable lock can wrap around and lock up. And then down towards the hitch, we've got another lock just like that on our anti-rattle bolt for our hitch, keeping things solid and secure in there. It is also working with a 2-inch by 2-inch receiver tube, so just keep that in mind as well. Overall, I like the MonoRail a lot. I think it's a solid bike rack, and I like that you get that 60-pound weight capacity. If you don't need that 60-pound capacity, I'd maybe look into the Kuat Sherpa. It's got a 40-pound capacity, but it's going to hold the bikes pretty much the exact same way. It's got a slightly smaller footprint as far as the width is concerned, and it's got some nicer components. Overall, we've seen that the Kuats last a bit longer just because of the materials they use. Not to say that this one is bad or anything, but if you're worried about that and you don't need that 60-pound capacity, that's maybe the route that I would go. Either way, it's going to be a good fit for your Audi here, and it's going to work well for a long time. Thanks for watching.
Here it is on our test course. We'll start by going through the slalom. This is going to show us the side-to-side action, which simulates turning corners or evasive maneuvers. Next, we're at the alternating speed bumps, which we'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or pothole or driving over uneven pavement. And finally, we have the full speed bumps, where we'll see the up and down action, which is just like driving out of a parking lot, garage, or driveway.